What's up, everybody? I got a lot of updates for you. Big updates, good things going on, a lot of things people are asking questions about, and we got answers for you here. We're gonna put all the kind of time codes of what's happening so you can skip ahead in the video if you wanna do that. We're gonna do a little devotion. We're gonna talk about in-person services. I know that's something people are asking about. We're gonna do a giving update, and then I wanna end the video with just giving a ton of thank yous for everything that people have been doing, just the amazing ways that our church has been stepping up. So our devotion, Isaiah 11:10. I just want to start by saying our church goes through the entire Bible and the New Testament twice. Every 10 years we have these booklets we put it on Facebook, Instagram. Follow along with us and dive into this habit. If you don't already have this habit in your life, it makes a difference. The people who have been doing this have really gotten a lot out of this. And if this is a new habit, I would say encourage you to jump into that. Here's what it says in chapter 11, verse 10. In that day, the heir to David's throne will be a banner of salvation to the world, to all the world. The nations will rally to him. And I just think in this time, the name of Jesus is this strong tower for the world, for all the world, and it shines through his people as we serve. And again, I just love how our church and so many churches in the middle of the pandemic have just stepped up to serve with love and grace and action, right away serving people in need, right away calling people, right away getting connected. And I'm just so proud of us. And then even as our country really got on our radar in just such a powerful way, these issues of justice and race and the conversations that need to happen, just so proud of the way that we can say, hey, how do we talk about these things, have the conversation, think through them together, but not have it be about shame rather than building bridges and having the conversations that need to happen. Ultimately, as Christians, we believe that deep change needs to happen in our hearts, and starting with our own hearts on every issue. And for me, that's been kind of the starting point, is how do I do the change that needs to happen in my heart rather than just pointing the fingers and trying to do the shame thing. So proud of our church, proud of the conversations we're having, the phone calls I'm making and the talks we're having. Really, really proud of that. The question a lot of people have is, what about services in person? And again, we're not saying reopening, because the church has never closed. The church has been working overtime. Our pastors, our staff, our leaders have been doing more and more and more. Appreciate that so much. But we are going to be having in-person services, and we're already meeting in person for most of our life groups. Our life groups are doing midweek meetings. Some of them are actually already meeting on Sunday morning together, because that's following kind of the guidance there of like, hey, you can do these things, and this is really, really good. And I just want to say, if you're not in a life group, please get in a life group. Our church, we love our Sunday morning service experience, but our life groups have so much power, and it's so important to be connected. And I just have to say through this whole thing, I already talked about the importance of being in the Word, but those who've also been connected, they're doing well. They're doing well. They're saying, I'm hanging in there. And the people who haven't, even the introverts among us, they're saying, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with God. I'm struggling with the things going on. I'm struggling with stress, anxiety. I'm struggling with the church. I'm frustrated. And it really boils down to that connection. You have to prioritize being connected. It's just vital to your soul. So get into a life group. We serve together. We support each other. We go through the transformation process together. So in-person services on Sunday morning. When is that going to start up? We are planning on starting in July. Our hope is that it would be the first weekend of July. It might be the second weekend. We'll give you more information on that as it comes close. We're really getting prepared to do that, not only in terms of time and capacity for our pastors who've already been running really, really hard, and the worship team and other people like that, but we have to find a way to make it work in this room where there's 25% capacity, and that means only 50 people, but we think we have a way of figuring that out using the lobby and potentially even meeting outside, doing that all kind of at one service. And how do we do that? Well, we're working on that, but here's where we need your help. Number one, we need you to pray, and number two, we need you to actually step up if you're ready. So everyone needs to be praying as we kind of get back to in-person services. We will continue to have our online service, but as we get back to in-person services, just to be praying for us, praying for the leaders, praying for everyone helping out, and praying for our church, because we want to reach new people. That's always been our heart. So keep praying for us. And then we need help on Sunday. To record the service is a lot of work, but there's only about 10 or 15 of us in the room. But if we're gonna have ushers and we're gonna have people cleaning and we're gonna have people, greeting and hospitality and all the other things that are required, we're gonna need to know if you can help us by saying, I can show up, I can be there. We're already making phone calls, but if you're saying like, look, I've never even been on a team and I'm willing to be on a team, let us know and we'll get you plugged in. And yeah, there's some people who aren't ready to come back yet, and that's okay. But we need to know for those who are ready to come back, if you're also ready to help out, if that's something you can help us out to do, it'll help us get ready for this as we're trying to line up all the pieces as we head for a July opening. We're excited about that. So when we start, it'll be probably 2 services, maybe 3, and we won't do kids ministry except for nursery. And that's, again, just following guidelines there. We'll have the family together, and it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that. All right, next thing is a giving update. And so we'll put the numbers up here. Our giving update for May is that general fund giving from our church, and our church has been incredible through this whole crisis, just people continuing to give and give faithfully. $40,647, that's about $3,500 short of what we need for the month, but overall for the whole year, we're on track, which is great. The building fund got $16,288, and the total that we brought in so far is $655,000. We are still planning on moving forward with Building Hope, the building project. We just think that's so important. We still want to have a heart for church planning and doing mission projects, so important. And then benevolence, $3,872. We've given away money in this time, help people in need, help people who couldn't pay their rent, help people who had gotten sick. Powerful thing. Thank you for all that you're giving. And your giving in this time allows me to focus on people, not money, to focus on God, not worrying about, is the salary there? Is the rent going to be there? Or having to worry about that. And your generosity is just such a powerful and incredible thing. So thank you for giving. There's people who are in our church who've stepped up their giving. There's people who aren't even local in Modesto who've said, I'm watching from far away and I want to contribute and I want to help the mission that you guys are doing, because you guys are out there on the front lines of this spiritual battle and this mental battle, really trying to help people who are in need, people who are struggling, and people who need that help. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. And that's how I want to end this video. A ton of thank yous. Again, just through this whole thing, prayers and meals and calls and people helping. We are a church family. We like to say life is better together. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the way our church has stepped up in incredible ways. Our kids ministry, our youth ministry have been very creative in the way that they've done things, trying to reach out, trying to help kids, care packages to them, calls, Zoom meetings, all the different things, different ways they had to do things. Again, kids ministry starting to do some events live in June, July. And then youth ministry starting back up in person, and it'll be outside. So we're kind of following those guidelines there. And then our life group leaders. If you're in a life group, tell your life group leader, thank you. They have just stepped up. When this whole thing first started, we said, hey, let's just do Sunday mornings at homes. And our life group leader said, that sounds great. And then we said, hey, we're going to change it up. We're going to do this. And they said, that's great. And then we said, we're going to ask you to keep meeting for a while, even though they normally get a break. And they said, that's fine. They've just stepped up again and again and again, calling people, helping people, counseling people, giving, letting us know even as a church, hey, this person needs some extra care. And then continually helping people stay connected. And some of the people in our groups have just jumped in. Some new people have jumped in, but some of the people in the groups have not gone because they didn't want to be online. And our life group leaders had to stay encouraged and not get discouraged by that. So proud of them. So thankful for them. So thankful for our church leaders, our council, our staff, our pastors doing so much to say, hey, basically everyone's worked overtime. Everyone's put in a lot of extra calls, a lot of new things, church in ways that we've never really done it. We didn't want to become YouTube stars. I'm a star now, not really, but just all those different ways. So thank you. Our facility ministry team continuing on, our building task force continuing on with our capital initiative and working on the plans and turning in things to the architect and the county and all that sort of stuff. And people just going above and beyond. Team Sunshine, now having done over 750 deliveries. This week they will cross 800 deliveries, and that team has grown. More people have jumped in. Just so many people calling, texting, encouraging. I am so thankful for our church. I'm really excited to get back to in-person meetings, but more than anything, I'm excited that we never stopped being a church together, that we, amidst all of this stuff, we stuck with what we knew was impossible, what we knew was possible, those three roots, that we knew we needed to stay focused on Jesus, we knew we needed to stay loving each other, and we knew we needed to serve a lost, needy, and hurting world. And I love that that happened. Those mission things, those roots, keep us grounded when everything else changes. When the model changes, we can stay focused on the roots that God's given us. I just want to say thank you. I'm excited for these next steps. I'm praying for the safety of our world. I'm praying for the justice issues that we're going through. I'm praying for people's mental and spiritual struggles that I know some are going through. But most of all, I'm excited because I have seen so many people step up and dig in deeper roots into Jesus. And I just think as we come back, that's going to really move us forward as we say, God, you're going to continue to call us onto a mission, and you're not done with us. God's going to use this time, as hard as it's been, to grow each of us individually deeper and to grow us as a church as we move forward together. I'm so excited for the future. I know a lot is uncertain, but I'm so excited to be going through it together with all of you. God bless you. Thanks for watching to the end, and I will see you soon.